Hi, everybody. Welcome back to my platform. Those of you that are returning and those of you that are new, welcome to my platform. My name is Astraea Love, and I am going to be doing a reading for you guys today. So I hope everybody's had a good day. Please know, you guys, that my readings are timeless. So whenever you get to this reading, there's going to be messages in here for you, okay? All right. God bless you guys. Thank you guys for spending your time with me. I really, really appreciate it. So does God. So do your angels. So do the Holy Spirit. Or so does the Holy Spirit, I should say. Okay, so before we get into the reading, we're going to do, of course, the prayer and then the contract. And then we're going to talk about 2 books that you'll want to know about. Okay. All right. So we're calling upon the Most High God and the Holy Spirit. We're calling upon Jesus Christ, the Ascended Masters, our higher self, our spiritual team of highest light and resonance, and our guardian angels, spirit guides, and any other destiny helpers that are for this lifetime, for this journey. I believe I said ancestors, hopefully. Okay, we ask that all of that put a protective shield around us, keeping us safe from all negative interference, influence, or impact from anyone or anything else. Okay, I pray for the highest light, the highest wisdom, the highest knowledge, and the highest truth to be revealed to me and to my collective, and I pray for my subscribers. So now as I call upon your personal favor, God, please continue to bless and prosper me in this platform. Please continue to bless my subscribers, and please continue to help me get these messages out to the people that need to hear them. Also, you guys, I have another platform called the Psychic Tarot Angel Oracle, where I do the same type of thing on that platform as I do here, but I use more of oracle cards, which are like these, like Healing Energy Oracle. So where tarot can be extremely blunt. Oh, if you guys could like the video, tap the notification bell, make sure you're subscribed. It would greatly help this platform. Hype the video, you guys. Share this content with other people. Let other people know about it. What was I saying about? Oh, yeah. So tarot can be extremely blunt and like cut straight to the core. And it can reveal truth in like a very blunt way, I should say. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's why one of the reasons we love tarot. But the reason that I have the Psychic Tarot Angel Oracle is so that we can work some with tarot and then some with some softer stuff like the Healing Oracle. I mean, I have so many Oracle decks, it's ridiculous, you guys. The Oracle of Portals. This one's dope. Energy Oracle cards, emotional Oracle cards. Okay, so the Oracle cards don't go on the system of tarot. They're just cards that are made up by people that, you know, want to have a certain subject covered. So they're still very useful, though, you guys, for readings. When people would come into the metaphysical store that we owned, okay, before we sold it, when they would come in and they would be like, oh, I'm interested in learning to pull cards, I would always direct them first to the oracle cards, and I would explain how oracle cards are more spiritual, they're much softer, and they're not as blunt and like cutting to the core as tarot cards are. And then I would explain tarot cards to them. Okay, because a lot of the times people didn't know the difference between the two. And then I would, check their energy and I would guide them towards the most compatible deck that was for them. So anyways, that's my little thing on oracle cards. That's why I have the other platform, so that it's a little bit softer. But I can't really control the messages that come out. I can just, how I deliver them, I have a little bit of control over that. Okay, so thank you, God, for everything that you've done. I love you, I love you, I love you. God bless you guys. Thank you, God. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Thank you, Divine Realm. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All glory, honor, worship, and praise goes to the Most High, my higher self, your higher self. Let's get the likes up, you guys. I know you can like the video. It's only like one tap for you, but that for me, it means the world. It reciprocates the energy, and it shows me that the message is resonating and that this content is helping you, which, Like I said, I can't really control the message, but it is very helpful for me to know that the way I'm delivering it, which means the words that I'm speaking, that you are understanding them. Okay. All right. So by watching my readings, you are agreeing to the contract of being in control of yourself, responsible for yourself, and with any of the information being channeled. Please be on your best behavior, because Most High God is watching and the Holy Spirit is listening. By watching my readings, you're agreeing to not attack, bully, judge, harass, gang stalk, block, do witchcraft on me, my collective. Like, of course, when I go to no bullying me, no bullying anybody in the comments, no bullying anybody in the collective, no bullying anybody in the chat. Okay, I'll remove you from the platform. And if I have to cry about it, whoever's bullying is going to have to cry later. So I suggest that it's not anybody's job to judge other people. And on this platform, there are so many religious platforms that people that are judgmental weirdos can go to and do their dumb shit. But this platform is not a religious platform. Even though I accept everybody from every type of religion, I respect everybody's beliefs and I respect everybody's culture. This is not a religious platform. This is a spiritual platform. Confirmation. So yeah, so everybody's allowed to have their own beliefs, and point blank period. You know, Matthew 7:1-5 says, judge not, that you be not judged. Romans 2:1-3 says, you therefore have no excuse, you who pass judgment on someone else, for at whatever point you judge another, you are condemning yourself, because you who pass judgment do the same things. All right. So you guys, check this book out. The links to these books are in the description box below. Why I talk about them is because they're important. Okay. The first book is called The Truth of God. It's an advanced intuitive living workbook. It's written by Michael Steadman. And this is the book that has changed my life. Like, literally, when I was growing up being psychic, I was always feeling trapped. And I was religious when I was younger. Okay. Like, I was in Catholic school and went to Catholic church all the time. However, none of that ever helped with the psychic, supernatural, spiritual experiences that I was experiencing. None of it did. And prayer, you know, I was saying the like organized prayers that they have, and I'm not dissing anything that has to do with Catholicism. I'm just saying my personal experience. Like, I always felt trapped in like the ego in the psychic realm, to where I was just being like a victim to what I was experiencing. When I was able to break free of that, if you guys could like the video, I know one person took away their like, that's okay. Not everybody has to like me, but if you guys could like the video, I would greatly appreciate it. So anyways, everyone and everything's higher self is God. I know it's backwards, but you can see that it says that. So what I was missing when I was younger were the books, this book and the techniques in it. Okay. And I'm not the only one that has used the techniques in these books. I've literally taught other people how to use the techniques when they would come in for sessions with me. Okay. And when people had so many problems that were surmounting like what I could deal with, this is what I direct them to, because they're like, instead of using me and my connection, they could be developing their own, right? So there's 3 techniques in this book that make it like worth more than gold. The first technique is the God technique. And like I was saying, I felt trapped, stuck in a frequency, a mindset, a certain way of thinking and seeing. The God technique raises you out of your ego, raises your consciousness so that you're looking out through the eyes of God, your higher self, so you can see things from a bigger picture and understand what's actually happening. And it's just a huge vibration shift, like huge. When I first started doing the God technique, I was like down here. I had to go, woo, and it was almost like being in a spiritual high, like just a very good feeling. Okay. God is the best feeling ever. And so the more that, and obviously I'm not always in my God conscious self, but like not always in that perspective, but I still use the technique. The more that I use the technique, the less of the gap in consciousness there is, and the faster and easier it is for me to fully connect. When you guys see, if there's ever something that I have to clear immediately, or like an entity or whatever that comes up, what you see me doing is using the God technique. I will like stare off and I will just focus, and I'll bring whatever that is into the consciousness of God, and then it disappears. Okay. So that's what I'm doing. When you see me asking yes and no questions, I am using the joy versus anger technique, which is in this book. That everybody that's alive has clairsentience, which is clear feeling, which means that you have a gut feeling, like, I would call it like it's an intuitive gift, but everybody alive has that. It's like an instinctual feeling, whether something's good or something's bad. If you get like knots in your stomach, like literal, like in your solar plexus knots before you go somewhere, please pay attention. Please think about, I would be using the joy versus anger technique to ask if you should even go there. You know, especially if you're experiencing before you get there, because your body will do everything that it can to warn you, okay, of impending trouble. So anyways, my life before the joy versus anger technique, before I was able to ask yes and no questions and get an immediate response back, I felt disconnected from spirit, from source, from God. I hadn't even heard what source was. Okay, it was only the stuff that I was programmed within the church. So like, I felt very, very disconnected even when I was in the religion. All right. Like I was borderline atheist most of the time, except that I was having these crazy experiences I couldn't explain and couldn't bring words to. And the only description like that anybody ever had was the devil. And I know that a lot of these things were obviously not the devil. So it's just like I didn't have the vocabulary for it. And I grew up very sheltered for a very long time in my life. Those of you that know me, you know, like my past. But so why am I telling you about this? Because this book has seriously changed my life. When people have things that are too much, I take it right to God. Okay. And that's not me go saying a prayer. That's me literally connecting with my own God self, my higher self. Your higher self is God as well. And I'm connecting, and I am going into being one with that energy. All right. And so that is what helps me rise above whatever the frick is going on. Okay. The joy versus anger technique gives you the ability to ask yes and no questions. Okay. Before growing up, I would just allow my ability to work, and I would be warned sometimes, and sometimes, most of the time I would be warned, and sometimes I just didn't listen and I would end up in trouble. Okay. Or I would doubt it and be like, what a weird thought. Like, no, it wasn't a thought. Like, I was notorious growing up for like, yo, the police are on the way. Being at any like party, like being a teenager, police are coming. And people, when they knew me, they knew that, and they would be like, we need to get the fuck out of here. So anyways, that was like, and then I had people coming to me for information all of the time. And I was like, why does this keep happening? There's a reason for everything, you guys. So as the joy versus anger technique was the most important and useful intuitive application in this book, the mind technique is of the same importance level, but designed to clear the negative mental and emotional baggage beliefs that we are dragging around, which are influencing the reality we're creating. And first of all, we create our reality with 97% of the subconscious mind. And that's the beliefs that we don't even know about. Okay. And so the conscious beliefs are the ones that we're aware of. And so by clearing the things that are conscious beliefs with the mind technique, I've added in an additional question. So when you're asking, like, does this belief serve me? I will ask, are there any subconscious beliefs related to this belief? Or is there a cousin belief related to this belief that's going on? And most of the time I'll get yeah. And then I'll go, okay. And I do the mind technique and I get rid of it. So by doing that, like I've literally done that, and the things that were coming in that were bothering me, boom. Like actually, I'm going to do it right now when it comes to bullying, judgment, harassment, and all of that. Okay, because there's, something else underneath that. Okay, so we're selecting all of that. And is that serving me? No, it's not. Okay, so we're releasing that. Okay, so basically, you'll see me use the techniques in this book. There's a lot more techniques in this book, you guys, than just those two that have really helped me, like learning about prayer, visual meditation. Sometimes when my mind just keeps going, I have to like literally recite something over and over again in my mind, like just to get my mind to stop hamster wheeling, right? So yeah, check this book out. It's called The Truth of God by Michael Steadman. It's going to help you to create a positive reality, and the techniques in it are life-changing. There's also a technique that you'll see me use that comes from this book. It's called I think it's like the 1 to 10 technique, where I use a compatibility scale of 1 being the worst compatible or the lowest, 10 being the highest, okay? And so sometimes when I can't get it, when the yes and no answer, I feel like there's something else I need to look at, then I will go to the compatibility scale. And the other psychic I work with, they never sugarcoat anything. Like they use that same scale and boom, they'll get the information and they have no problem telling you that whoever you're with is not good. And so I'm a little bit softer in my delivery. So the second book that I'm going to talk about is called Visago Tarot Card Spreads and Spells. And this is the book that I've written. And this is like a compendium of knowledge. But I was being guided by God and the Holy Spirit to create this book because I didn't have any way to learn to read my own cards. Like I literally had to learn all by myself. I had no one to teach me. I never had a mentor, none of that. Okay. Well, I had people that wanted to be my mentor, but they were like, I outranked them, and not to be rude, but like I outranked those people. And that was the very beginning of my journey. Okay. So if you want to start to learn to read cards for yourself and for others, I have created this book and it is amazing. All you need to get started learning to read your own cards is the original Rider-Waite deck, Riderwaite. I would go ahead, you guys, and invest in getting the deck that has the description on the cards because it just makes it so much freaking easier. Like when you're learning to read the whole deck of cards, to have the description there. And then also every other tarot card that's tarot card spread, or not spread, I'm sorry, tarot cards, okay, that have been created come off of the original Rider-Waite deck. This is the original. And so basically, like this Twin Flame Tarot has the same name, the same cards as this deck right here, okay? But it's got different interpretations that have to do with love. So again, all of the specialty decks, they come off of this deck. So if you learn this deck first, you could go to using any other tarot deck that's ever been created, and you'll understand the underlying energies and what the interpretations of the cards actually are, because the pictures on the other decks can be misleading. Let's just say that. So this book starts out with a 14 zodiac tarot card spread that has 2 cards that you pull for each position. And one card will be your south node, and the next card will be your north node. Your south node is your ego, where you start out in life. Your north node is your destiny, where you end up. So yeah, so it shows you how you can get from point A to point B, and it unveils more information about how in alignment you are with each of the zodiac signs. I think it's a beautiful thing because the spell that's associated with it, and these are not spells you do on anybody else, this is stuff you do with God and the Holy Spirit. It's basically to put you in your own destiny, but it also helps you integrate the other positive traits of the other zodiac signs. And each zodiac sign has positive and not positive traits. When you are the actual zodiac sign, you'll embody both, but without having to be the other zodiac signs, you can confirmation. You can integrate the positive traits that they have. And it just makes you a more whole being, makes the whole journey through the year a lot easier. Okay. Okay. So let's see. And the spell that goes along with that is to help you step into your own destiny. I'm just going to open up and see where we're at here. So you get an, okay, so I'm going to read a little bit from the Magician's Tarot card spread. Oh no. Come back here. My nose starts to run sometimes. I don't know if it's like a hair that keeps tickling it, but no. Okay. So I'm going to read from the Magician's spread. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for that $10 donation. Okay, so I'm going to read from position 12, the Chalice. This is the Magician's tarot card spread. It says this card shows you how compatible with water magic you are and the marine spirits. If you have a connection to the marine kingdom, seeing the Temperance card in the reverse will confirm to you that you have a magical power of water. Undines and nymphs may also speak to you through the card that you pull for this position. Those are like water spirits. Yes, they're water elementals. Position 13, the Pentacle. This card will reveal how connected to the earth and magical energies of the earth that you are. If you are grounded and have a steady mind, that will come through the card that is pulled for this position. If you were good at creating and manifesting wealth and prosperity, my right ear just started ringing when I said that, you may get some insights into your future fortune with the card that you pull for this position. So for each of the things that's on the Magician's card, I created a tarot card spread position. And then in the back of the book, I'll read from the Magician. I have a compendium of knowledge of what it means when you see more than one major arcana card coming out next to each other. So like it's always a big sign. So if you pull the Magician with the Hermit tarot card, it means that your magic comes from within. If you pull the Magician in the reverse, it means that you have someone who is practicing black magic on you. Either a witch or a warlock who practices black magic is attacking you or someone in the collective. If you pull the Magician with a Temperance tarot card, it means that you can use your own power and magic to balance out your own energy. There is no need for outside help. If you pull the Magician with the Moon, it means that there was moon magic being done. If you pull the Magician and the Moon in the reverse, it means that someone is using moon magic on you. If you pull the Magician with the Death tarot card, it means that someone is practicing death magic sorcery. If you pull the Magician with the Last Judgment tarot card, it means that whoever's practicing magic is up under judgment for doing so. And it just keeps going and going and going, you guys. So check this book out. It's called The Sago Tarot Card Spreads and Spells. Thank you so much for the donation, Fashionista. Just give me 1 second to look at your question. Ooh, today's the start of a new birth year for you. Does that mean you're... Oh, happy birthday. Is it your birthday? What do angels want you to prepare, be aware of? Oh my gosh, I love that. Well, if it is your birthday, happy birthday. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. Okay. What deck am I using? Really? I guess they want me to use the Rider-Waite. Interesting. So the original. Okay. What a great question. And I love that. I love that. You know, the whole like blowing out a candle on your birthday and making a wish, that's like a really, really, really old ritual. So that's something that you can do. You make your wish and you blow out your candle, and as you blow it out, visualize that whatever you're wishing for is already coming to you. Okay, so let me just ask your angels and your spirit guides. Wow. Yeah, you got a lot that are celebrating with you. Wow. Okay, I like it. Okay, what do you want her? What do you want her to know? Yeah, this is a time of like going through a rebirth or a new beginning. It's starting out at a higher vibration. So like, I don't know if you've been working with Moldavite, but it feels like you've jumped vibrations, like you're higher now. Okay. And to maintain the positive high vibration, well, I get keep working with Moldavite. It's working. But I also get that you're adopting a new like positive mindset. It could be being more optimistic. I get that it's both that and knowing that everything's happening for you is another really, really big thing. And if you were to start to feel yourself like spiral by having one negative thought. It's like you have more awareness now to where you can just like stop right there and then turn that thought around. And I feel like that's something that is actually, oh, happy birthday. I'm so happy for you. That's actually something that's very difficult to do. It takes quite a bit of skill to just not go along like down a certain way of thinking. Okay. Yeah, your affirmations are also working. Even if you're like, okay, I keep affirming something, but it hasn't shown up yet, it will. It will. Okay, what else do you want her to know? That not to focus so much on trying to protect yourself psychically. Focus on, well, feeling safe. Focus on feeling safe. And when your mind goes to, okay, I need to do something to protect my energy, know that when your energy is really high vibrational, like doing the God technique would be a really good thing because it's going to shift you and raise your vibration. But doing anything to raise your vibration is going to really help you rise above anything that comes up. And I get that, Athena said at one point that all wars and all like things that you go through happen first in the mind before they do in the real world. So like before a war is won or fought in people's minds, it's either won or lost. So when you can just tap into that stream of consciousness of winning and know that everything is as each day that goes by, you get better and better. Every day that that you have more time here, you grow, and you're growing more beautiful, you're growing happier, you're growing more intelligent. I would be like following that stream of consciousness. I don't know if you listen to Esther Hicks. If you don't, she's got a really good platform. She channels a group consciousness called Abraham, and they have, what are they called? Well, they have these little sessions where they get in a positive thought process and they keep going with it and amplify it, and it becomes a very positive, powerful creation. Rampage, she calls it a rampage, like a rampage on peace, and she'll just keep going and going and going. And whoever she's talking to, because on her platform, she'll be asking people questions, and then she's like guiding them. So I would definitely adopt the things that she has, because I don't, everything that she has on her platform may not be the 100% perfect cure to everything, but it does help you to gain control of your vortex and over your thought patterns. And that way you can start doing rampages of success and focusing all of your energy and intention on that. You have come across that channel. Oh my gosh, check it out. It's going to be life-changing, life-changing. Four of Cups. Interesting. Okay. So I feel like you're just being warned that, hold on, let me ask the question. Is this her energy? Okay. So there is a pattern from the past. I feel like this it started developing when you were a child, but it has to do with comparing. Let me just ask, is it comparing self to others? No. Is it comparing objects to others? No. Is it comparing relationships? Yes. There's something about comparing relationships here with the Four of Cups, because the Four of Cups is somebody that's like bored with their own life. I get that maybe this was a pattern you picked up from a parent. Maybe you had a parent that compared their relationship with somebody else. I feel like releasing that is going to bring a lot of happiness. I also get that it says, you must take action if you're going to find your happiness. And what does that have to do with? Okay, so I get it. So basically you finding your happiness is you fulfilling that within yourself. Because the Four of Cups does talk about depression, but I don't get that you're depressed. I get that this is like a pattern that you learned when you were younger, and it just needs to be released. The Nine of Swords came out. This could also be, a pattern that you learned when you were younger. Interesting. So let me ask another question. Is this Nine of Swords card her energy? Okay. So if you're having sleepless nights, just know that this is some type of pattern that was created, okay? What does she need to do to release that energy? I also get that somebody could be having sleepless nights about you. Okay, but we don't care about that person. Self-forgiveness. Maybe there was something that happened when you were younger that needs to be forgiven. Or maybe you feel that somebody is holding something against you from when you were younger. Either way, I don't get that you're actually in bed depressed at all. I don't get that at all. But I do feel like showing yourself grace and mercy for your youth, okay? And for whatever happened there. And then showing grace and mercy to your family for like whatever they were going through that influenced you. And just know that, you know, it can end with you. This cycle of relationship turmoil is what I'm getting. Yeah, it ends with you. So I like that. Oh, Eight of Pentacles. Welcome everybody coming into the chat. Yeah, this is definitely about, you know, you finding something that you're very, very passionate about and engaged in. And I feel like you have found actually, you've got quite a few things. You could consider them to be hobbies, but these hobbies are going to end up being very prosperous. I also get that if you were to ever start to feel like, I just don't know what to do with my time today. Okay, I would go dive right into a hobby. If you like photography, if you like being out in nature, yeah, you're being told to like invest your skills into your hobbies. And if you make art, I get that that's something that's very, very influential. You could be somebody that really likes color. But yeah, whatever this is that you're about to do, it's going to be very successful. I also get that, you know, you could be wanting to upgrade your skills. I feel like, I don't get that you would have to take any type of education. Let's say you want to like work on actual fashion or make like, you know how people will sell like their expensive bags, and then there's other people that buy those expensive bags and then add like art to them, or they add, I don't know what that is actually called, but they add like other stuff to the bags and then they resell them. I'm getting that you may find that you are very crafty, like, you know, arts and crafts type thing. And that's what I would consider like sewing and, you know, being very artistic. You may find that that is something that you really enjoy. Okay, cool. I also get that you would probably enjoy reading cards for yourself and for others. Yeah, this is telling you to learn a new trade, but I get that this is a trade that you already have established, okay? And it could be something with light codes or light language. Page of Swords. So whoever can't sleep in relation to this situation, which I don't even know why they're coming up, but I guess your angels just want you to know that if you're picking up on somebody's energy, they're thinking about you a lot. Yeah, there's a Page of Swords that's waiting for you to create something. I don't know if you're going to create your own fashion line or something, but, or it could have to do with, maybe you like to like repair things. Like if there's like a rip in a jeans, you like repair it in a very fashionable way. I know that sounds kind of weird, but you're being guided to, and I don't know if you have a sketchbook where you're drawing actual dresses or design things, but yeah, that's what I'm seeing is like, boom, you're a very creative person. You may find that there is something even more creative that you want to do. Maybe it would benefit you to make your own oracle deck, literally, and use your artwork on it. Six of Swords. Whoever this person that's spying on you, waiting for you to create something, they're currently in a court case. It could be spiritual court, but I get that they're literally already tied up. Interesting. Who is this person? Spirit, can you just tell me? So I'll have to do the digging to find out. Is this an X? Yes. Oh my gosh. Why are they showing up in the reading? That is what I want to know. Why? Page of Pentacles. Oh my gosh. Okay. So, I don't know how open you are to having children, but this person, they want to have your baby. They want to have baby with you. So freaking bad. It is crazy. But I do get that in the future, you may find somebody and want to actually have a baby, okay? And just like the Eight of Pentacles, your child's going to be gifted in the same way that you are. That's like literally what I'm seeing. And you could already have plant babies and animal babies, okay? I consider plants and animals to be part of the family. So yeah, what you invest in now, you're going to be able to teach as a trade to a child in the future. And that's why I was thinking of designing an oracle deck, or, bringing to life this vision that you've always had. Maybe when you were younger, you wanted to do something, but you saw something in a relative that maybe they told you that something wasn't good enough. I would go back to whatever that is, because I feel like you have a talent. King of Cups. Yeah. You're getting the wise advice. And also you creating an oracle deck. I know I keep saying that, but like, it's giving wisdom to other people. Okay. So what's up with this other person? Is it going to be resolved themselves? Okay. So what I get is that this other person, they're basically taking themselves out of the picture when it comes to you. So all they can do is watch you. Yeah, Seven of Swords. Because they know that they made a big mistake. It's so sad that people don't know how to value you when you're actually there. So the King of Cups energy, that's her energy, right? Yeah. So yeah, you're very grounded between your head and your heart. You give wise advice. You may come into contact with another person that is exactly like the King of Cups, but they have money. Okay, who is this new person? Instead of looking at this other person, can we look at the new person? Six of Cups. Another thing about children. Wow. Okay, so you also could be very fertile. That's just basically what I'm seeing. Okay, information on the new person, please. I don't want to hear about this ex anymore. I think that you understand that this person has ex-nayed themselves. They've X'd themselves out. Death. Yeah, this is the ending of whatever cycle. Whatever the hell they were trying to do to block your love life. It's like, what I see is like you could go down a couple different doors and it's still going to lead you to this other person. Okay, so this person from the past has got to get over it. They're being removed out of the way. Queen of Wands. Is this the collective? No. Just be aware that whoever this ex was working with, this witch person, you have done something to return their energy back to them. That is dope. Oh my gosh. Like, seriously? Whoa. Yeah, you had somebody that was spying on you. Why the hell are they doing that? I think this Queen of Wands thought you wanted to get back with the ex. I don't know how you could be any clearer with these people that the answer is no. Seriously. I mean, how many times do you have to say no before they fucking understand that? Maybe your ex was feeding this Queen of Wands a bunch of bullshit. I do get that that's true. But still, Five of Pentacles. Yeah, ignore these people, okay? They don't have a home to live in. Okay, so I want to know about the new relationship. Is there anything else we need to know about this situation to release? Yeah, I would release whatever thought and belief pulled this Queen of Wands in. And then I want to know, like, why is it that this Five of Pentacles energy just keeps hovering around you? It's not your energy, but it's like somebody keeps trying to bring that into your life, and you're not that vibration. The Ten of Cups. You're ignoring them for sure. Yeah. This is like seriously where you're headed. Okay. And again, more children. Holy crap. 1, 2, 3 3 cards for children. So when you do get to move, you may be able to purchase a home soon. You may get a home given to you. You may move in. Whenever this happens, don't tell people where you're going. I also get that if you live in an apartment or something, you may be able to upgrade to like a home actually, or a condo, a better living situation. Maybe when you meet this new person, they're going to be like having their own place. And if you do own where you live and you don't rent, the thing with renting is they always make you sign like time frame leases. That sucks. But I get that this is all going to happen in divine time. Okay. Well, this 10 of Cups is already yours. Because like I said, you know how to fill up your own cup of happiness. Forgiveness and reconciliation. It's not with these people. You being able to purchase a home, that, or move to a new place, that's an opportunity coming with somebody. Yeah, it could come as some like good news. I don't know what the hell my throat chakra is doing, but I cancel and rebuke it. But yeah. Rise above it. Okay. The 2 of Pentacles is you getting good news. This could be good news about a new place, especially if you were like wanting to move or thinking about moving, or maybe you like the place that you're at. I feel like it would be good for you to move. I really do. I also get that, you know, picking up a project that was put aside and giving it more love, that's going to be part of your success. Yeah. And there's a lot of research that you can do online as well when it comes to expanding your knowledge. I don't get that you need to go back to school for anything. I feel like you're going to get a message from the universe that allows you to move forward. Like seriously, you're going to like wake up one day and be like, oh, some strange circumstance. It could be a person, because I feel a person coming in. I feel that you're the King of Cups, but I feel like King of Cups coming in to your life. 2 of Cups, that just confirms it. Yeah, equal love partnership. You may get a message from somebody that allows you to spark a new relationship with them. So is this person somebody from her like ancient past? Okay, so maybe you didn't know this person, but maybe they were around you when you were younger, but maybe you didn't know them. So like they could have lived in the same town or something like that. There's gonna be some like divine, I'm seeing like a synchronicity happening. 7 of Pentacles. Yeah, the tables are turning in your favor. So whatever this was that was keeping you feeling stagnant, at least, I feel like that's dissipating. Things are about to turn. This is start of a new relationship that will have a dramatic effect on your life. Yeah, you may be moving. So I would keep it open in your mind, okay? Whether you're like, oh, I'm so, like, sometimes you get so tied to a place that you don't feel that you can leave. But let's say you were to meet somebody, this very handsome, wise King of Cups person, you know, moving in with somebody else, if they have an established home, like, think of it this way. If it's this is somebody that would be like a life partner. If you moved in with them, you wouldn't have to pay the bills. And if you do own the property that you're in right now, you could sell that and keep all of the money. But I literally get that yeah, you being able to move in with this person is going to be a good thing. And these people, they're not going to know where you went. Let them freak out. They may try to contact you though, like through like, oh, so annoying. They may try to contact you through the mail or through a message. Block them. Keep them blocked. I would like literally have them blocked on social media. Yeah, the moment that you end up meeting this person and moving, these people are going to lose their shit. Because they were doing something. Now they're not able to do it. And the weird thing is that these people never asked you, like, do you want to get back with this person? They were just doing things out of nowhere. Just assuming you wanted them back. What the hell? You don't want that person back? So yeah, I like the King of Cups energy for you though, because that feels like somebody who's secure, wise, confident, grounded, and then they give good advice. So I feel like that would be something that you guys have in common. So yeah, keep doing your affirmations, keep rising above, keep working with the Moldavite. You know, they're saying to do the positive rampages. And if there was a project you put aside, like designing your own fashion, or, you know, any type of project, literally, it could be anything, go back to it. Even if you start to feel bored and you're like, what do? I have some extra energy. Go back to like literally, you know, doing the thing that inspires you the most and that brings you the most joy, because if you keep investing in it, it's going to become something that you can sell and market. And I think that that's awesome. But I also get that this King of Cups already has everything financially together. So it's like you wouldn't have to work, but you know, you wouldn't even have to, like, he has maids and stuff. You wouldn't even have to take care of that type of thing. And this person likes animals. So I feel like that's something that you guys will bond over. They're not giving me a time frame though. So I'm wondering if it has to do with those people from your past. Does it? Yes. Okay, so whatever was within you that pulled those people in, we release that now. Okay, God, Spirit, we want to release that right now. And then any type of fear that has to do with recreating that situation. And any type of trust issue that has to do with a fear about that situation recreating. Okay, is there anything else in the subconscious mind? Yes. All right, can we just get all of it when it's related to this situation? Yes. Okay. And everything in the conscious mind. Okay. Yeah, we don't need any of that. Thank you. So yeah, I would be reaffirming. Wow, that was a big shift. I would be reaffirming, like I said, your affirmations are coming true, even if you don't see the evidence of it yet. Time framing is key. It is, but it's going to happen in divine timing, which means it may not happen when you want it to, but it will happen when it's meant to. And so we can check it again at a later date, you know, when it comes to time frame. But working on trust, big thing. Working on feeling safe, a big thing. And you're whatever you're doing is breaking these spells that these people were trying to do. So I'm really proud of you. I'm really proud of you. You're doing an awesome job. Happy birthday. Keep going, sweetie. Okay. They're trying to do chaos magic on you. Wow. Interesting. Yeah, chaos magic. It comes from a star called the star El Gol. In the sky, there is you know how there's stars in the sky and they draw lines and it creates like animals and stuff like that. Well, I think it's Perseus. Yes, Perseus that's in the sky. He's holding Medusa's head, and one of Medusa's eyes is the Eye of All Gold. It's like the chaos star. It's what chaos magicians work with. Just like, you know, it is an astrological thing. And then it's also, the funny thing about chaos magicians is that these people are hella chaotic. Like, I feel like these their schemes and plots are being exposed today. Oh, you're so very welcome and happy birthday. I hope you have the most awesome day. Most awesome day, awesome night, awesome week. That is awesome. That's so great. But yeah, these people are getting exposed, you guys. And it's funny because it's like happening in the media, but then it's also happening on a personal level. I just cut the deck. We're going to see what we got. But yeah, so the funny thing about chaos magicians is that they will send the chaos magic thinking that it will never be returned to them. But these are people that are chaotic. They cannot function like in chaos. They're not grounded. Hierophant. Interesting. Like I said, people are getting exposed. The Hierophant coming out. What the hell? That could be a shaman. It could be a coven, a cult. It could be a mafia. It could be a gang. Any type of group, basically. Secret society, Freemasons. What is up with the Hierophant energy? Who is that? Yeah, these are higher up people. They could be politicians. Okay. Foolish people. Yo. And the thing is that a conspiracy is only considered a conspiracy until it's proven to be true. Like 90% of conspiracies end up being true. And I think that that's wild to me. These people, this weird group of people are so foolish. All of them are unintelligent. And they're up under judgment. Holy shit. Duh. Well, they've been doing rituals to something that's not of love, joy, and peace. Let's just say that. I also get that, you know, if this is like a pope energy or whatever, like I feel like the current pope could be cleaning up what the other pope did, like making messes and stuff and opening portals. I'm also getting something about CERN, and I forgot to look up what CERN is, CERN. But whatever experiment they're doing, they need to fucking stop. I'm serious, you guys. It's messing with this timeline and it's messing with time itself. They need to stop the shit. I'm serious. They've opened something. And then everybody is going to have to go through shit because like the world won't stop that one fucking whatever it is. It's like a NASA, but it's of some other type of scientific research. Okay. So those people, they need to go fuck themselves. They need to stop. What they're doing is opening up like multiple timeline, other dimension type shit. The Hermit. And it's causing a lot of people to want to just go within. And the funny thing is that they could be pushing a bunch of drama in, you know, as the narrative in whatever's coming across your media, right? Social media, it could be the news, whatever it is. I don't watch the news. It's too triggering for me. But I do see stuff on YouTube and I'm like, the hell is this stuff doing here? These people, their whole agenda is to distract everyone from something that they're doing in the background, trying to create a war. And I don't even care what this war is about. This is a stupid idea. Anytime you try to fuck with other people's free will, you're basically dooming yourself to fail. I get that people are waking up, they're going within and they're finding their own inner light, and they're waking up from all of these schemes, plots, manipulations, storylines, all of this bullshit that they've been fed. And that's why I feel like them not including the book of Enoch in the Bible was such a fucked up thing to do. Because, you know, the book of Enoch has so many great things in it. But one of the greatest thing is that when when God's about to flood the earth because of Nephilim and stuff like that, it basically talks about the flood and all that. And talks about all this other stuff. But God comes down and collects Enoch to save Enoch from death. Okay? Because the world's going to be flooded. The Bible doesn't want people to know that the chosen anointed ones, God itself will come down and collect us and keep us from death. Okay. And Enoch, you know, in the book of Enoch, they say that he lived like for hundreds of years. So again, obviously it was a very long time ago before our lifespans became whatever they are now. But like literally they kept, you know, Enoch's ascension and all that stuff out of the Bible because it, I guess, takes the focus off of Jesus for some reason. And they want, I don't know what they're trying to do with that shit, but what I can tell you is that in the book of Enoch, a whole city, the vibration of a city, it becomes so high vibrational that it shifts into a new dimension. I don't think they want anybody doing that. That's why they tried to keep all of that wisdom out. But it explains everything that happened in the time frames where we don't have an explanation. So that's why I feel like it's relevant. The Two of Wands. Look, you guys are going within, you're seeing that inner light, you're protecting yourself, you're shielding yourself, and you're being like, okay, I'm not going to give in to these larger institutions anymore. I don't feel like you guys should give up on your dreams, though. Like, if you want to be in the entertainment business, just because you're seeing a lot of stuff come out with the entertainment or whatever, or if you want to be in politics, you're seeing a lot of demonic bullshit come out. It's being exposed right now so that all of these things can be basically let go of and released. so that, you know, when you step into the limelight, you don't have to go through the things that these other people had to go through. Confirmation, Two of Wands, which is like you committing all of your energy to do projects, you going within for everything that you need, going within. Everything that you need is within you. And this is what the Hierophant groups and the religions don't want you to know, is that the kingdom of God is within. Jesus went within. You know, Jesus retreated all of the time to go to the desert to meditate. Everything that you have truly is on the inside. Okay? Everything that you need to complete everything that you're here to do is on the inside of you already. And that's where your power is. That's where your connection to God is. And you going within and create and finding something that you're inspired by or inspired to do, that's you following your own inner light. That's not following a system. Do you see the issue of you breaking out of the matrix? This is why all of this stuff to basically prey on us and manipulate us, you know, into being upset all of the time. And there's multiple ways that these dark forces do this dumb shit. They do it through messing with the economy, messing with people's money. They do it through the media. They do it through subliminal messaging. They do it through manipulating big, powerful people to do things that are stupid. I mean, that's how they do it. But it gets our attention, and where our attention goes, our energy flows. That means that they're taking energy from us, and we don't, because we're not self-aware of our energy like that. Not everybody is. When the energy is being extracted and you're being triggered, you know what I mean, by whatever they're throwing in your face to look at. And just think of it this way: if you weren't watching the news and watching the media and stuff like that, how peaceful would your world be if you were not being bombarded continuously with shit that's going on that's chaotic everywhere else? Like, I just want you to think about that, because you going within, this is a very powerful move that you're making. And I feel like you withdrawing from whatever was trying to suck your energy, this is, you know, this is you tapping into God. I also get that, you know, like literally, I want you guys to evaluate, if you are not being bombarded with all of these fear tactics all of the time, how would your life look? If you were told since you were a baby that you were God and a part of everything instead of your name, what would your life look like? I want you to start thinking about those things, because this going within and I'm getting, you know, tapping into Christ consciousness, raising yourself above this level of negative influence. Yeah, King of Swords. Okay, this King of Swords energy is up under judgment. They could very well be a judge that's up under judgment, but all these corrupt people, it's like they're going to be used to extract energy out of others. So what's up with the King of Swords and the Judgment? I guess there's going to be somebody that very harshly judges this Hierophant group. I don't feel like it's our job to judge people. Let's leave that to the judges. But literally, this looks like spiritual judgment for all the lives that were lost. Two of Wands to the Three of Wands, you guys. Yeah, a project that you have long dreamed of is coming into focus here. And you putting your energy within yourself. This is like you taking steps, you being courageous enough to possibly to walk away from a job or stop listening to something that is triggering a guttural, emotional, or adrenaline-like response. I also get that you getting a new business idea that's coming from the divine. Okay? Whatever this is, it's coming from the divine. It is divine intercession here. Divine influence. Okay, Five of Cups. Yeah, these people that are going to be crying over spilt milk, shoulda, coulda, woulda, wishing that they could change the outcome of everything so that they still have the attention and energy of other people. Ten of Wands. Because these people are burdened. Especially these like corrupt ass people that have to now answer questions. Yeah, the work that you're going to do is going to be very inspirational to other people, and it's even going to inspire you. It's something that's got a lot of ambition and passion behind it. So I would not, when you get a download from Spirit to start a new business, to do this, to do that, to write a book, to sing a song, to whatever, okay, or you get it through a dream, don't just sit on it. Because if you sit on it for too long and that thing needs to be brought into the world, it'll go to somebody else. And you want to just take action on it immediately, especially if this is, you know, something that's coming from the divine, which I do get that that is what's going on here. You having also a revelation about your skill set. You need to be looking at your abilities and your skill set a little bit differently and not being so limited to what you have seen already in the physical world. Because you can do things that you don't even know that you can do. And I feel like you stepping into a leadership role is going to be the inevitable outcome of your life. Like, whether, no matter what path you go down, you're going to end up going back to this creative idea and this creative business adventure. Okay. And you guys are very visionary people. Two of Pentacles. Yeah, you're going to be getting downloads from the universe. That's what I get with that card. You're also going to be able to, like, if you're worried about, oh, I want to invest in doing this, but then also I'm worried about not being able to pay my bills. Stop worrying about that. Okay. Know that you can juggle two things at once. You don't have to get and look, that ship is a ship that's already out in the ocean. In fact, there's two ships on this card. Your ships are coming in. That's the message that you're getting. It's like things are on time. You didn't miss the mark on anything. This is happening in the exact time it should. And what it's doing, it's giving you extra time to focus things on yourself by not being tuned into this whatever agenda media soul-sucking shit this is, okay? Because that's truly what it is. It's to traumatize people, to make situations that are not even legit happening like that. Like, I feel like the news is a lie. I really do. I feel like it's all manipulation. It's all manipulated by a dark force. And it's been controlling people and working through them to extract energy. You calling your energy and your power back to you, you tuning into your own self, going within. That's the most powerful thing you can do. That is exactly what these groups don't want you to do. And that's what they fear, because they know that you're going to unlock, I just got to cover up her boobs, that you're going to unlock this star trade ability. And in the new age of Aquarius, which is where we're at right now, you have your own star. You have hidden talents and skills. You can do things that you don't even know you can do. You may end up finding out that you can see the future, or that you can tell other people's futures, or that you can act or sing or dance or something, like, or art or crafts or refurbishing things, whatever this is. I feel like there is something that has to do with new enlightened thought as well. Yeah, maybe you just didn't feel like confident enough in your skill set to go after what you truly desire. I feel like you need to reevaluate your skill set and see this star that you have and have some hope and faith in yourself, okay? Because I do feel like, I'm not saying to go quit your job right now. I am saying that you can balance having a job, and you can balance also doing whatever this is that you love to do that inspires you. Four of Swords. This is the end of the road when it comes to stealing people's energy, though. Let's get the likes up, you guys, please, and thank you. If you guys could subscribe to the platform and share this content, it really helps this platform grow, you guys, and it means the world to me. And I love you guys so much for spending your time here with me and with God. So yeah, you're just being told that, like, no matter what the media brings to you, it's all for shock value. And if you can be neutral, not pick a side one way or the other, stay neutral, it's not going to affect you. I also get that whatever the F CERN is doing, they need to stop before they ruin things for everybody. I'm serious. And I don't know why that's coming up so strongly today, but whatever CERN is doing is it's causing global warming, and it's causing a whole bunch of other shit that shouldn't be happening right now when it comes to people. Confirmation. Okay, when it comes to people, and like, yeah, no, absolutely not. Other timelines of us, okay, maybe these aliens that say that they're us, maybe there are other multiple versions of us. I don't know, but I'm literally getting that there's multiple timelines at play. CERN needs to shut down whatever the fuck they're doing. I'm serious. They really do. I don't think they're going to, though. I think they're going to keep opening these portals and all this crap. They're going to turn this planet into the upside down world, like from Stranger Things. And I don't get that it's exactly that, but I do get that there will be extraterrestrial things that enter into our space and timeline. They're going to scare the shit out of people. And it could be other versions of us, but again, no. CERN should not be doing that. I literally was shown a video of a doppelganger or a clone of myself years ago, and I literally I fainted by the response to that. You're not supposed to see shit like that. Like, seriously. It's crazy. And the fact that it was happening now, and it was me, it was literally me, and so insanely weird. It was me on my surfboard. I had a hot pink BYB surfboard. It was me before I had the tattoos when I was younger on the surfboard, but it was a live thing that was happening in this moment. And I literally fucking fainted. So I was like, what other timeline shit this is? Like, what the hell? Like, that was one of the most craziest experiences. And the person, because I had told this other person about my BYB surfboard and surfing and all of this stuff, and they brought it to me and was like, look, it's you. And I was like, but it's now. How the fuck is that happening now? Like, that is mind-blowing to me. And I had no idea in the past if anybody was ever like videoing me surfing. I highly doubt it. Wheel of Fortune. Okay, the star of the Wheel of Fortune, this is why you're being guided to continue down the path that you're on. I do feel like you are on the highest timeline, though. That's why I feel like CERN opening up these other timelines, these are lower timelines. Fuck no. We don't need to be dealing with that type of stuff. At some point, science needs to just stop, like, with their pursuit of everything. At least that needs to stop. I also get that your destiny, your fate, it could be much greater than what you were aware of. You may be getting downloads about this, that you are meant to be a very big leader, okay? And you could be like, but I'm a hermit. I don't like to go out. Things can change, okay? The more that you become confident in yourself, I feel like people respect you, but the more that you become confident in yourself, and the less that you badger yourself about being a hermit, the easier it's going to be for you to step out of that. And that doesn't mean that you can't go retreat. It just means that you'll be able to not have social anxiety while around other people. Wouldn't that be nice to be able to be around people and feel totally safe and be able to communicate and be yourself, and then be able to just go back and retreat afterwards? I feel like that's a great thing. Okay. But I also feel like you guys pick up on betrayals before they happen. So this is why you're in hermit mode a lot. You know how that's like a cycle. Okay. You're resting first time in 18 months. Good. Good, you guys. Yeah, and you're looking for something new. Wow. I would go to something that you're passionate about, that you have a natural talent with. Okay. I don't know if somebody wants to build guns or whatever. I think you probably have to have a license to do that, but you know, if that's something that you're into, go for it, literally. Where you put your passion, you're going to have success. What else do we need to know about the Hermit card? Is there anything else with that one? That being the first card, it's just saying that for you to live your life to your fullest, expand yourself out to others, share your energy with others, connect with others. Don't be afraid that you're going to run into this same type of people that are, I mean, you may run into people that are obsessed with the media as well and whatever's going on, but you can avoid a lot of stuff just by ignoring the videos and things that come up that are triggering. And it's okay to be triggered, you guys. Don't let anybody tell you like, oh, you're wrong for being upset, or, oh, you can't be like being triggered. All that is letting you know that there's something within you that you need to heal and release. That's all that is. Okay. So you don't have to look at it as bad, or I would look at it as good, because you want to know if there is something that you need to heal so you can heal it, so that it's not a wound that keeps that people can play on. You know what I mean? How some people, they'll find out something about you that you went through and then try to play on that shit. Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, these people were trying to get into your dream state just very recently. They want to know what's coming in for you, which is none of their business. Yeah, they can definitely sense this Wheel of Fortune. These people are losing their investment. They're having money issues. The Emperor. This is what I'm saying. Ignore the fact that this person looks old, because I don't get that you guys are old. But I do get that you are the Emperor. You're the leader. You're going to be the boss. These people, they need to be okay with being replaced. Okay? Because that's what you're here to do. Like, seriously. That's what you're here to do. You may get some good news that, you know, a blessing that was unexpected is coming towards you. Could be a new home, could be a car, new job, new idea. I feel like this is not the time to involve other people in your projects. Develop whatever this is that you have, that you're working on. Develop it on your own so that other people can't try to take credit for it. Four of Wands, because the work will get completed. If you do just a little bit every day, it will be completed. This new business idea will be completed, and you will be the leader of it. It's like, yeah, that the Four of Wands is about you completing a project and money coming in from that. So that's what I feel like. You working on this side project is a good thing. Don't think that it's a waste of time. These people, they invested their energy and their attention poorly. Let's get the likes up, you guys. Please and thank you. Look, Queen of Swords, you cut these people off to protect your projects so that they could continue to prosper. Yes, this is one reason why God is blessing you and that you are already blessed. Because literally, you will stand up for your own stuff. You're not just going to let somebody come in and tell you what to do with your ideas. Like these people. They could be pulling their investment out of something and wanting to invest it in something new. 10 of Pentacles. Yeah, influence, importance. This could be part of your journey, being a public face, being a leader. The 10 of Pentacles is about a house, a community, having like a dog, a house, possibly even kids. Material success achieved through conventional wealth building methods. Invest in the stock market, buy real estate. Plan for long-term gain. I think that you guys are planning for long-term gain. All the companies that seem to be going out now or ending or whatever you want to call that, those are the ones that plan for only short-term, like, yeah, short-term gain. So long-term gain, that's what I'm feeling. You could end up coming into more than one property. I feel like use your intuition with this 10 of Pentacles. You putting your sword up and defending that, you have every right to defend your peace and defend your home. Like, seriously, even if you have to do it with your words or with you telling somebody that they can't come near you. Knight of Pentacles. There will be somebody that wants to come bring you some type of, they want to bring you a bad message. And that's why I feel like this could have been the media. They want to bring you a bad message that's going to disturb your home life. I also feel like don't fall into traps of somebody being like, oh, I can make you a star. No, you already are a star. God's going to do it. Not a person that's attached to anything. Two of Cups. Yeah, this just keeps getting better, you guys. Literally, the 10 of Pentacles, the 2 of Cups, you're protecting a relationship as well. And connections made in new businesses. You know, like with equal giving partners, I feel like that's a very important thing. Okay, having a partner with somebody you can rely on that actually has something to offer you. Just be aware that investing in drama is not what you should be doing with your time and energy. Ace of Cups, because God loves you so much that there's an overflowing cup of love that will never be able to be taken away from God and the Holy Spirit. It's like the Holy Grail energy. You have a divine soul contract to help other people and to help yourself. Like seriously. And the Two of Cups and the Ace of Cups, that's like a soulmate, twin flame, like soul contract right there. I also feel like you need to follow your heart and listen to what your heart space is telling you. Okay? Like, what is my heart space telling me? That I am closed off. Why am I closed off? Fear, reaction. Maybe one of your reactions is to close things down. I would cancel that. No, we're not closing. We're opening our heart. And we're allowing in positive and only positive. Yeah. You're going to be able to count on your friends in the future. I feel like if you have friends now that are falling away, the ones that you meet in the future are going to be on the same vibration as you. Five of Swords. They're not going to be these people from the past that were trying to put themselves first and trying to cut everybody down to self-preserve themselves. Ridiculous. These people committed a bunch of illegal, immoral shit. They have to answer for that. I wouldn't pay them any mind, though. Yeah, you have people that support you and that will support this new business idea. Like, whatever this idea is, yes, it's going to be supported. There will be people that will be like, oh, that's great. How can I help? You know, sometimes there are people that come across your path. You could call them destiny blockers, like these weirdos. Then there are people that come across your path that are destiny helpers, like me and these other people that will be coming in. And those people are here to help you, okay? And so literally there is balance. I also feel like this overflowing cup of love, you've learned to tap into that, and it's going to help you let your guard down so you can open your heart so that you can share that cup of love with others. This could be through a book, a poem, illustration. It could be through a video game you create. It could be through anything you create, okay? Fashion. It's going to be something that just, boom, really gets people's attention. Page of Cups. Speaking of fashion, like seriously, just be aware that, you know, when it comes to younger people, there's nothing wrong with working with them or hiring them, but just be aware, you guys, like that the Page of Cups is somebody that's like creative, artistic. They're not a bad energy, but all they have is a fish to offer. To me, that's like being about temporary gain, not long-term gain. And this is telling you to invest long-term. Ace of Swords. Yeah, you're protected, though, from any false offer, any bad opportunity from any destiny blocker. You are divinely protected. These people are going to look really stupid, especially when they don't get your attention anymore and you start feeding your own energy into yourself instead of having it drained out of you by the things that you're watching or seeing or consuming. I'm like really feeling like going within is the answer here. And I also feel like you rising above things is you've learned to go within and to ask questions, because I feel like a lot of things that we see are AI made. They're not real. I am a real person. I'm not an AI, okay? But like AI is very, very, like for example, when I'm scrolling through like my YouTube feed, there will be fights, like physical fights between like people like Jay-Z and Nicki Minaj, or they'll pin people against each other. I can tell that this shit is AI. Okay. And it's fake news. And it's just like always bombarding. And I don't subscribe to the shit. So it's obviously the algorithm or whatever it's trying to do that it keeps trying to push that stuff in my face. But that's what I'm getting for like an example. The Nine of Wands, these people, they need to preserve their money, because when it comes to your safety, the spiritual realm does not play about you. And especially this intellectual property that God is giving you, that you're being inspired to create. God does not play about that, okay? When you're here to bring something to a wider audience or to the general public, you need to understand that that's a very big gift. And literally, it's going to happen. You just got to believe in yourself. Six of Cups. Literally, I get that this is the time to invest in career. Family will come later, but I also feel like you're gonna make a lot of very happy memories for people. Okay, what is there anything else about the Six of Cups? King of Wands. Okay, who is the King of Wands? Is this the collective's energy? No. Is the King of Wands a family member? Yes. Okay. So maybe you have a family member that triggers you a lot. Maybe every time that you see them, they bring up what's on the news. Like literally, don't stop interacting with your family, but just, you can say politely, like, you know what, mom, dad, sister, brother, cousin, whoever, friend, family member, I just don't really want to talk about that. It makes me feel uncomfortable. And I feel like your family will be like, oh, okay. And they'll move on if they have any type of sense within them. Because I'm literally getting that you protecting your peace is like the most important thing. And yes, you can trust and rely on the spiritual realm, but you also have to do things that are in alignment with peace to have peace. And if you're always being bombarded or allowing yourself to be bombarded, is what I should say, with things that are fake AI things, fear mongering things, news and media stuff. Like, I swear, every time that I'm on YouTube, it's all, and it's been doing this for months. It wants me to think that Trump is declaring a World War III. Like, what the fuck is that? What type of whose agenda is that? Seriously, that's not even cool, and it's all fake shit. So I feel like you realizing what's fake and what's not by going within is going to help you detach from all these stressful situations. You pulling your energy and your power back to you and putting your attention on your own life and how you can better the world and better yourself. That's what's going to help this situation heal. And if you do have people that are triggering, forgive them for triggering you and just let them know that whatever their behavior is triggering you, or whatever they're thinking about or talking about or wanting you to speak on is triggering. Okay, you guys I'm so proud of you. You're going to do so well. Invest in yourselves. Okay, so thank you for making it to the ending of this reading, you guys. You're amazing. I'm going to just go over the 2 books that are in the description box below for the people that didn't see at the beginning. And thank you guys for liking the video, subscribing, tapping the notification bell. All of that means the world to me. I really appreciate it, and it helps this platform. So The Truth of God, the first book is called of God. It's an advanced intuitive living workbook written by Michael Steadman. The links to these books are in the description box below. But there are so many things in this book that is going to help you on your spiritual journey. Okay, a lot. From energy ball, meditation. But the 3 that I do use all the time from this book, and I think you did see me use it actually, was the God technique, where eyes above, and I take whatever is going on around me, confirmation, and I go into God consciousness technique. Like, it's like I'm looking out through the eyes of God. When I first started doing it, my consciousness was here and it was like, woo, like an elevator ride, And then, okay, I'm finally connected. And then after time went by, it was like less and less and less of a gap, but still connecting with your higher self helps you rise above whatever the issue is. The second technique in this book that I use all the time, that you did see me use today, was the joy versus anger technique, where I ask yes and no questions and I get an immediate response back, so that I'm not having to sit around and wait for like a sign, an angel number, whatever, having to say a prayer. I have open communication with my higher self. And because the joy versus anger technique works on clairsentience, which is the gift that everybody has, it's like that gut feeling, it's never inaccurate. And so that's how I can get those questions and the answers immediately. And the third technique, you use the joy versus anger technique, and you actually did see me use the third technique. So you saw me use all 3 of them. But the third technique is called the mind technique, which gives you the ability to get rid of the mental baggage that you're carrying around and the belief systems and the old storylines and all that type of stuff. And so, yeah, when we were questioning the mind and then questioning the subconscious and pulling all of that forward and getting rid of it, that's kind of the premise. But you guys, check this book out. It's got so much other stuff in it that's going to help you. Everything from meditation, energy ball, astral projection, all of that. It's called The Truth of God, Advanced Intuitive Living Workbook by Michael Steadman. That how I do what I do is through that book and through my abilities. But when I was younger, I didn't have access to that information. So I like never had a real connection to my higher self God. And everybody's born with a connection. That's why babies come straight from source and they're so divine and innocent and pure and godlike. And so anyways, if the connection is not fostered, used at all, it can fade away. And for me, it just seemed like it was never used. But then when I started doing the Truth of God techniques, that's when I started to use it, and my life has gotten better, very much so, significantly, since I've been using it. The only time I really run into issues is if I forget to ask a question or I ask the wrong question, or I don't do compatibility on something and I make an impulsive action. Then some of the times I'm like, oh shit, I forgot to ask. But other than that, I divinely lead myself, and it keeps me from spending money on stuff I don't need. It keeps me from making bad decisions when it comes to like sex and dating. It keeps me from like literally going to places where tragedies could exist, from traveling at certain times. Like it just literally helps me direct myself to the correct thing to eat and the correct thing to drink. So anyways, it's life-changing, you guys, literally. The second book I'm going to talk about is the book that I've written, and this is called Visago Tarot Card Spreads and Spells. I wrote this book because I did not have anybody to teach me how to read cards. So I've always been psychic. When I first started doing readings, I would just sit there with like an empty, well, not empty, but like a clipboard with blank computer paper. And then before the person came in, and I would write down all this stuff that I picked up. And then they would come in and we would go over it, and they would be like, oh my God, like you already have what I needed answered on the piece of paper. And so that was how I first started doing readings. And then I learned about, discovered, I should say, tarot cards, but I didn't discover the original Rider-Waite deck, which is the best. This is what I wrote this book on. All other tarot decks come off of the original Rider-Waite. So it's Riderwaite. So this book is going to teach you how to learn to read cards for yourself and for other people. And you can use the tarot card spreads in this book over and over again, and the spells with it over and over again to help you manifest. And these are not spells you do on anybody else. They're spells that you do with yourself and God and the Holy Spirit. Like for one of them, you'll draw a picture of yourself as the Emperor, and I've decoded the different colors that you can use and what they mean. Okay, so at the beginning of the book, there's a 14 zodiac tarot card spread that goes through the 14 zodiac signs, and I've added Ophiuchus and Cetus into the zodiac because it should have just already been there. So anyways, you'll pull 2 cards. One is your south node, where you start out at life, your ego, and then the other card is your north node, your destiny. And so it gives you a lot of information, and it helps you to, when you do the spell to step into your destiny, it helps you to adopt the positive traits of the other zodiac signs that you are not that zodiac sign, basically. Okay, so I'm going to read a little bit from the High Priestess tarot card spread. So everything you see on the High Priestess tarot card, there's a position for that. Okay, so I'm going to read the High Priestess, number 2. Answer is yes. Zodiac is Cancer and Taurus. The High Priestess holds both inner peace and strength. The High Priestess is a card that tells you that in the upcoming days you will be preoccupied. Psychic, intuitive, and spiritually driven prophetess. High Priestess does not overreact. She remains calm in nature and sure of the outcome. She is a beautiful, mysterious, yet unattainable woman of power. Position 1. You pull 1 card for each position. The Lunar Crown of Alchemy. Above the head of the High Priestess is the Lunar Crown of Alchemy. The card pulled for this position will give you insight into the unconscious mind, the power of the lunar cycles, night side magic, psychic intuition, prophetic messages, and dreams. You will gain insight into how aligned you are with the lunar energies, magics, enchantments, lunar spell work, and the different cycles of the moon. In the card that you pull for this position, if you were to pull the Moon Tarot card, that would be a very big double confirmation that you're in alignment with the moon's energy. Also, if the card that you pull for this position is a yes card, because each of the tarot cards has a yes and no value, like yes, no, or maybe, then you can rest assured that you're in alignment with the lunar cycles. Position 2, Boaz, the pillar of strength. On the High Priestess card, she's sitting there and there's 2 pillars next to her, and they actually do mean something. So this one, the one that says B over here, Boaz, that's the one I'm talking about. It says this card position shows where your roots come from and how deeply connected you are with your reality. This card can reveal core strengths, positive attributes, core values, morals, belief systems, and what pushes your physical drive to strive for what you want in your life. If you are resilient, that will be revealed to you here, where there needs to be more strength in your character and life. The card that you pull for this position can show that to you. If you pull the strength card for this position, you will know that it is a double confirmation in relation to the energies of the strength of this pillar. Position 3, the High Priestess, which is her sitting there. She's the High Priestess. This card position shows how adept you are to a spiritual practice and the workings of magic. What level of mastery and divine education have you recently achieved? If you have an upgrade or level up coming, the card that you pull for this position can show you your spectacular ascent. This card gives you clues to your divine feminine nature and higher self. How in tune are you with your inner goddess? When do you allow yourself to be the feminine energy in your life, and when do you allow yourself to be masculine? If there is any other guidance or divine power that is going to be passed down through your spiritual generation, that may come through the card that you pull for this position. If you pull the High Priestess Tarot card for this position, you will know that it's a double confirmation for you. Also, if the card that you pull is a yes answer card, then you can also know that you are compatible and integrated with your divine femininity. And position 4, Jachin, the J one right there, this is that pillar. The pillar of establishment. This card position can show the bigger outline of your narrative. This position will hold an account of your personal conquest. What goals and achievements have led you to this moment, to your divine timeline now? The lighter aspects of your divine quest will showcase your character through the energies in the card that you pull for this position. How well have you become established in your current job, city, state, etc.? Do you feel like you have evolved where you are at in your timeline now? Pay attention to the minute details in the card that you pull for this position. You may uncover a secret worth knowing. If you were to pull the 2 of Wands for this position, that would be a double confirmation that you are well established in whatever spiritual practice that you participate in. If the card that you pull is a yes card, then you can trust that you are well established. Position 5, the Torah. See how she's holding a Torah right there? It says Torah, that little scroll. This card shows you your own Torah, the secret mystical knowledge that exists in the Torah, along with the authority that it grants. One's inner higher knowing can be seen in the card that you pull for this position. A mastery of wisdom can be revealed in the card for this position. Any inner secrets that are golden pieces of knowledge and insight may be shown to you at the time that you pull the card for this position. If the card that you pull for this spot is a yes card, you can rest assured that you carry your own inner Torah within you that can be tapped into at any time. And I would be reading what card you pull, the energies of it, to understand what type of knowledge that you have that is that Torah. So hopefully you guys are understanding this. The High Priestess spells for personal enlightenment. The Chariot spells to remove obstacles. The Wheel of Fortune spells to obtain good fortune. The Justice spell is to get justice against those that thought that they got away with it. The Death is to bring about appropriate endings. The Hierophant is to manifest lack into nothingness, so you get rid of lack mindset. The Temperance is to manifest with Archangel Michael. It teaches you how to make holy water. In the back of the book, I've created a compendium of knowledge of what it could mean when the different major arcana cards come out next to each other in their reading. And so this book is going to teach you how to read cards for yourself and for others. All you need is the original Rider-Waite deck, Ryderwaite. Okay. And if you learn like I said, if you learn the original Rider-Waite deck, I would go ahead and invest in getting the card that the deck that has the descriptions on it, on the card. So you don't have to flip through another book or memorize it. This will help you learn the entire deck. Once you understand the original interpretations of the tarot, you can go to any other specialty deck, which all of the other decks, like this Twin Flame Awakened Tarot deck, has the same cards as this deck, only different pictures and different interpretations, slightly different interpretations. But when you understand what the real interpretation is, then when you use a specialty deck, you'll be able to get so much more information, okay? Hopefully that made sense to you guys. This is the original. All of the other ones come off of this one. Okay. So the High Priestess Tarot card is a spiritual practitioner card. The High Priestess is a self-initiatory and public initiation process. The High Priestess Tarot card indicates a spiritual seeker. If you pull the High Priestess Tarot card in the reverse, you can rest assured that you are dealing with a dark practitioner of spirituality. If you pull the High Priestess Tarot card in the reverse and then pull the Devil Tarot card, it indicates that the Dark High Priestess serves or worships the demonic. When you pull the High Priestess and then pull the Moon Tarot card, it could indicate that someone is working with the moon to spiritually possess you. If you pull the High Priestess and then you pull the Hierophant Tarot card, it could indicate that the High Priestess has a teacher, coach, or mentor who is a Hierophant. If the High Priestess Tarot card comes out with the Strength Tarot card, it indicates that the High Priestess is extremely powerful. If you pull the High Priestess and then the Death Tarot card, it could indicate that someone is working with the High Priestess to keep you stuck or stagnant in your life. If you pull the High Priestess and then you pull the Four of Pentacles, it could imply that a High Priestess knows about the gifts that you possess and is going to use their or abuse their power to intercede on those gifts that come from the divine. If you pull the High Priestess in the reverse and then pull the Sun Tarot card, it could indicate that you have been duped and that the High Priestess that you are working with is a fake. And it just keeps, or a fraud. It just keeps going and going and going, you guys. But you understand the gist. Hopefully you understand what I'm talking about. So for those of you that want to learn to develop your intuition, okay, to tap into your higher self, to raise your vibration, to rise above the things you're going through, the Truth of God is going to be the book for you, okay? And to take control of your life and start creating your own reality. Truth of God by Michael Steadman, Advanced Intuitive Living Workbook. When people ask me, how do I do what I do? I have my abilities, and then I use my connection with God to raise above things. And then for those of you that want to learn to read your own cards and cards for others, this is not an expensive book, you guys. It's worth the investment. Visago Tarot Card Spreads and Spells. It's going to help you. It's going to teach you. And you can do the spreads and the spells as many times as you want to manifest more and integrate more of the major arcana cards, which are the major transitions. And all you need to start learning to read your own cards, like I said, I would invest in this exact deck, getting the original Rider-Waite, Ryderwaite, and getting the deck that has the descriptions on it. I would say, I would do a Google search and say original Rider-Waite deck with descriptions on card and see what pops up, because I know that these are not super expensive decks. Starting with the original, you'll understand the interpretation if you ever want to go to any other type of tarot deck. Okay, I love you guys so much. Thank you for spending your time with me. God bless you guys. Okay, I hope you have a wonderful evening. Make sure you watch all of the readings on both platforms just at your leisure whenever you feel that you have some extra time, because each reading is going to hold Easter eggs of knowledge for you to help you progress and to help you connect with God and the Holy Spirit. Okay, so use me while I'm here, while I still exist. Okay, thank you guys for connecting with me and for being so kind and loving, and I love you guys so much, and have a wonderful birthday, fashionista. God bless you guys. I also have another platform called the Psychic Tarot Angel Oracle. I'm heading over there next. Okay, I'll see you guys later. Have a good day, you guys. You're so welcome. It was my pleasure, and God bless you guys. Bye.